felt so passionately about not dorking up our kids. And I've got to tell you, it all boils down to setting the values earlier and then placing in the path experiences that will allow the children to develop the values that you set. Hi, my name is Rich Christensen. I'm the founder of Legado. Today we're going to talk about communicating and connecting with your children. This is such a frustrating situation. Do you feel disconnected from your kids? Are they always looking down at their cell phones? Are you not sure what's going on with their emotions? When you go out to shovel the snow or to do some yard work, do your kids watch you go out and you feel like you're carrying all the weight? Do you share family meals together and everyone just, when you do, just sits there and lives in their own little world? You feel disconnected and isolated and frustrated and just feel like you're spinning the wheels, particularly when you go to social media and you see everyone else's perfect families. Well, I have to tell you that there's the easy hard and the hard easy, and oftentimes we've got into the pattern of doing the easy hard, doing the easy thing that appeases our family communication and dynamics, but it then leads to a lot harder problems. And I've been guilty of doing that myself. When my wife and I were first married, we felt so passionately about not dorking up our kids and not messing up our kids, we actually pushed a little bit to the insane extreme. And in many ways actually ended up isolating and was on a path that was actually causing more damage than good. We lived in a little home on a very busy street called Sand Hill Road. And we, in name of wanting to not entitle our kids, was actually sequestering and holding back a lot of the goodness and abundance and learning that could take place in life. We had a really hard interrupt that occurred several years into our marriage that caused us to dramatically shift our perspective. And here's the conclusion of what we came through: the importance of setting your values early. Getting really clear on what your values are. I'm just brokenhearted as I have a lot of conversations with parents living very publicly happy lives, but underneath deeply concerned. Their child may be getting bullied, and worse than knowing about it is not knowing about it. Teenagers involved in various forms of really destructive behaviors, teenage pregnancy, getting involved in drugs, or not eliciting the potential to actually launch themselves. Entitlement, spending their entire social purview on a cell phone than actually developing real social skills that will develop deep, meaningful relationships. And I've got to tell you, it all boils down to setting the values earlier and then placing in the path experiences that will allow the children to develop the values that you set. It's so crazy how in the world we expect to have our kids naturally develop values. We're very deliberate in setting values in businesses. We're very deliberate in setting values in religious organizations, even in education institutions, but in our families, we're just so sloppy and anemic about doing it. So the question I'd ask you, are you deliberately setting values in your family? Do you know what your family values are? And more importantly, do your children know what the family values are? We're going to talk over the next several series about methods that you can use to reconnect with your kids. We are going today provide you what we call the communication cheat sheet. This is a simple little way that you can viscerally start that reconnection with your teenager, that you can take an interest in your 7-year-old and what they're doing and start the flow of communication. Start that connection of the heart again and start rebuilding and mending maybe some of the bridges that you have maybe inadvertently damaged, or maybe they have damaged. In either case, it really boils down to this. They deeply need to belong. But also, you deeply need to belong, and that family should be the safe structure where you can do that. And that all starts with communication and caring and bonding together as a family. Here's the deal. I'm going to make you a promise. If you download this worksheet that we're providing and take the effort to actually do it, really do it, and it's only going to take you maybe 10 or 15 minutes, but you're going to want that 10 or 15 minutes to turn into 30 or 40 minutes, because this may be the single and the first time that you feel that you've communicated clearly and articulately and tenderly with your teenager in years. If you will download that worksheet and take it and set away private time, make sure that the cell phones accidentally get left in the next room so it's not beeping and buzzing. There are only 4 questions in it, but let me invite you to allow your teenager to go first in expressing their communication to you. Listen, really listen. And if this doesn't dramatically improve your relationship with your teenager, with your significant other, and yes, even with your 6 or 7-year-old, then I'll eat my socks. I've got to tell you what, you're going to really enjoy this little worksheet, and this is going to be the first step, the starting point of just a beautiful journey of healing, helping, and dramatically improving the connection and the communication with your family members. In the next video, we're going to talk about how you can meet your kids where you're at, and you can viscerally improve the communication and the tips and the tricks, and how you connect with them on more tangible and real levels. We'll see you in the next video.